Good morning, good morning. It's Friday and we're back to committed parenting on a Friday morning and I'm fixing my hair. Szara's going to join us in a minute. And I'm just going to start the call. So it's Friday and where we're looking from, because we've taken on this game, is love like it's your last day. Live like it's your last day. Goodness me, Helen, I'm making a mess. And there's Szara. So we're just going to add Szara in 1 second. There we go. She's going to join us momentarily, okay? And then we're going to have a chance to have a conversation with both of us. Okay, so for those of us who are playing the game, we actually got an email in our inbox. Some of us, it went to our promotions, just so you know. Anywho, the opportunity really was to interrupt where we are right now and actually live in the present moment. And it's brilliant because it really gives you the chance to take a break, take a breath, and actually look what's going on in your life. And it's confronting to consider, that actually our life won't necessarily go on like we have it right now. Even things change, but even that we're not always going to be around. I don't really like it. So you can see I'm really uncomfortable. I'm not really even comfortable thinking about that, but really it is part of what's true. And there's nothing wrong with it either. That's the curious part, right? But it's just contemplating us not being around. So the first opportunity really was just to really get present to our life, how it is. And I want to just share with you, it was really cool this week. Our lives are, the kids are full and busy, and my life is full and busy, and Adrian's working quite long hours at the moment. And last night I was sitting on the bed working at some administration stuff. And suddenly from the kitchen, I just hear like this 80s music. And I'm like, hang 10. Just give me a minute. What's going on? And I like my heart like lifted in that very moment. And I know who it is. It's Benj. He's reliable for listening to 80s music. It cracks me up because it's like my youth is where he is, right? It's a soundtrack to his youth. How that works, I still don't know. Anyway, so there's this music playing in the kitchen. I'm like, hold on. And it makes me so happy. And I go in, and I don't know what he's doing in the kitchen, but Mia's in the kitchen working at something. And Ella's right next door. Adrian's in the lounge. And I'm just like, hold on a minute. And I start dancing because this is what we do in our family. We dance in the kitchen. And it's my happiest time because I move my body and everyone's just upbeat. And there are all these conversations. And I open the door to the laundry room. I say to Ella, come, dance. And I call to Adrian, come. And we put a pie in the oven. And Mia comes and dances in the kitchen and we get Dan down. And I say, in my family of origin, we never danced in the kitchen. That wasn't something we did. My mom and dad would do this amazing tango across the floor that other people would stop and watch. But actually, to stop in the middle of whatever you're doing and just have a dance party, it was like a seminal moment. And what you don't know, the other part that was like extremely fun for me is that Dan comes down and he's chatting to Valentina, his girlfriend, his partner. And she's been in our house over the summer for a number of weeks. And it's just like, she looks at us and she says, I just wish I was there. And I'm like, I just wish you were here too, because it's that moment where we're all just bonded and connected and just living right in that moment, regardless of anything else that's going on, right? And I think so often the pull is for us to get caught up in all the have-tos, the shoulds, the how it should be, what should be going on, versus actually the opportunity of right in this moment I get to live, right now. And I'm so aware, all our responsibilities, all the things we have to do, including paying the mortgage, if that's one of us, or paying the rent, or going to work, or taking care of the house, or making sure that they're clean clothes, or making sure, that there's food to eat and going shopping. Those things are all such a pull. And I'm clear, like at the end of my life, those aren't the things that people are going to remember that I did. That'll just be another thing I did. Versus last night, we stopped. We stood in the kitchen and we danced. And then there was a song I didn't like. So then Benj just fast forwarded it. And then we just danced. And we just danced. And everybody got to have their pie. And it was just this moment. And I was so filled up. And I think that's what I want you to know. That there's this opportunity to be filled up at any moment in time. When we just stop and get present. Okay, so the challenge really is for you to take on looking for yourself as a parent. Like, what is it going to take, right, to interrupt the everyday flow of life, of how it's going, and really live like it's your last day, right? Right in this moment. So, guys, that's me on my own because Szara's on the ferry. She's watching. I haven't heard a comment from her yet. She's watching, but she hasn't been able to say. So, I'm really making a request of you. Like, come and play with us. So I'll ask Szara to put the link up again. But come and play with us and really just take this opportunity to take stock. Really consider what there is to take on. So we have a number of things. I know there are a couple of things that I'm taking on this month. One is for us to have a digital space for our family. Like where I can upload crazy videos that I take just in a moment, or this audio of Ella singing while she's in the shower, those kind of things. And then also so that anybody else who wants to contribute to that space would actually have somewhere to put it. So we actually have a family archive, because family legacy is really, really important where I am. And the other thing I'm taking on is making sure that my legal documents are all in place. I have a ineffective and not sufficient will. So by the end of October, I promise that I will have my will up to date and workable and usable, because it doesn't work to not have that. And we all know the stories of what happens and the ramifications of not having that kind of stuff handled. And for maybe some of you, I don't know if this is a thing for you, and I know it's out there, but for the longest time, I didn't know who would take care of my kids if something happened to me. We did have an interim plan. We've always had a backup plan, but I wasn't settled with it. And I really am offering you this is an opportunity to really look at all those things, so that if anything were to ever happen, you'd have it all sorted. That would not be in anybody's space, right? That wouldn't be in the way. So those are the things I'm taking on this month, besides interrupting my everyday flow. Okay, so thank you for being here, and next week we'll have Szara with us. Okay, bye.